Peace. So decision making, you know what I'm saying, is something that needs to be discussed amongst our children, specifically. Even as adults, sometimes we make decisions that can put us in a bad place. Well, the science of decision making, we know and understand with every decision there is a reward or a penalty, the outcome. You know what I'm saying? There can be heaven or hell, but that depends on the individual, and it depends on where the individual is in their mental makeup, as well as where they are in a lot of other aspects of their life, you know, which includes their environment, surroundings, and peers, and interactions, and relationships, and communications, and so on and so forth. So, when talking about decisions and making decisions and things of that nature, you have to really examine why you're making a decision and what is the decision going to bring to you. You see what I'm saying? But as youth, who I want to speak to in this video, I want to speak directly, specifically to the youth. You know what I'm saying? One thing that I have children. I have 5 of them, and one thing that I've never done with them is tell them what not to do. You understand what I'm saying? I've always gave them the right information to make an adequate decision based on right information, based on true, reliable information that can be validated and substantiated by, you know, research or by, you know, records and so on and so forth. I never gave them my opinions and my feelings. You see what I mean? I will never try to live my own life through my children. They're individuals and they have their own lives. They have their own journey. So they must begin their own explorations, but with guidance. So my thing is that you never tell a child what to do, but you give them the right skills to make the adequate decision. So here it is, you know what I'm saying? So dealing with some of the issues that they're dealing with today, you know, they're dealing with this thing, the opioid crisis, they're dealing with this transgenderism thing and this gender confusion thing and sexuality and all of these big crazy issues, you know what I'm saying? But in the process, they're also dealing with substance abuse and drugs and things of that nature. So I kind of want to touch on that, you know what I mean? So make sure you share this with your kids and make sure you listen to what I'm saying very closely so you don't misinterpret what I'm saying to you, so you don't misconstrue what message is being given. Because see, the thing is, for the youth, any of you who are getting high or want to get high, you know what I'm saying, the idea, you know, because of your peers and your peers are doing it and everybody's doing it, it's in the music, it's in the movies, you know what I'm saying, it's like the right thing to do, you know what I'm saying, to get high, to use a substance. So if you want to do that, do it. You know what I'm saying? If you want to smoke crack, if you want to use heroin, smoke crack, use heroin. It's a good thing if you understand what you're doing. See, I would suggest that if you're going to use crack and heroin, before you use those things, I suggest you do an in-depth study on what these things, you know what I'm saying, contain, the chemical makeup of heroin and cocaine and how it affects the central nervous system of your body, your brain, your organisms, and other aspects of your body, how it affects it. You see what I mean? You know what I mean? How it also affects others around you. Your use of these particular substances, how they affect other people around you. You see what I'm saying? You getting high, you enjoying it, but it's affecting others because, see, you're stealing from other people. You're doing things that you wouldn't normally do in a sober state, in this state of addiction or in this state of getting high. You know what I'm saying? You're committing, you know, crimes against other people. You're violating other people's space, privacy, and so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? And it also will lead you to do other things like sell your body. You know what I'm saying? And do foul things that you would never do in your sober state, for instance. So if you're going to get high, at least know the substance. You know what I'm saying? At least know what you're walking into. Don't walk into the situation blind. Have the right knowledge on these substances before you use them. So when you do use them, you can't be taken by surprise. You can't say that somebody else, you know what I'm saying, made me do this. You know what I'm saying? Or it was because of such and such made me do this. Because even if that's the case, even if these other people involved, eventually the reality is that you'll realize is that you had the ultimate answer for the situation, which could have been a yes or a no, a definitive yes or a no. You know what I'm saying? Meaning you had the last decision. You had the last say on your actions. You know what I'm saying? And the question is did you think about your actions or did you just react? And then later on, as you're sitting in a state of addiction or you're sitting locked up somewhere, you know what I'm saying? Then you're thinking about it then. You know what I'm saying? How you should have thought about it prior to. So when you have the right knowledge on information, when you have the right information, you won't make the wrong mistakes. But if you do make the mistake, it's not a mistake because you know. So you can't, it's not wrong when you know. If there's consequences for doing certain things and you do them, even if you tell the truth that you've done it, you get accolades for telling the truth. That's a noble thing. But you are still going to be there's going to be a consequence for the action because you broke a rule and you broke the rule knowing the rule. See, that's the difference. When you know better, you're supposed to do better. But some of us know better and we choose not to do better. That's a choice. See, that's a decision. You understand what I'm saying? And when you make the wrong decision, there is a consequence for the decisions that you make. You see what I'm saying? So we are telling the youth that they have to learn how to think before they react. You know what I'm saying? They have to do the knowledge on certain things before they indulge. You know what I mean? You want to know. You know what I'm saying? I would never say don't do this or don't do that because 9 times out of 10, the kid's own curiosity is going to tell them not, to go ahead and do it. Because that's how it works. When you tell your kids not to do something, of course, they do it. So I'm not telling them what to do or what not to do. I'm telling them to make the right decision. And here's how you make the right decision. You make the right decision with research. You understand what I'm saying? You make the right decision by your own inclinations, not by your peers. See, your peers don't know much. Your peers are just like you, 15, 16 years old. They've been on the earth 15 to 16 years. They don't know much. See, you guys know everything. You youngsters know everything, but you know nothing at all. And one thing that you dislike is authority. You guys don't like to be told what to do. You guys, I hear it all the time from my kids. Please. Oh, you're always telling us what to do. You're always telling. I'm never telling them what to do. They always exaggerate. I'm speaking when I even speak to them in a nice monotone tone, just a mellow tone. They say I'm screaming. Oh, Dad, why are you screaming at us? I'm not screaming at all. My voice isn't raised. What they're saying is, I don't like the information that you're giving me right now. You know what I'm saying? So you're screaming on me or you're screaming at me because you don't like what's being stated. And I don't have to raise my voice for me to be screaming in their eyes. You know what I'm saying? It's not that I'm screaming. They're so frustrated that in their own reality, I'm screaming at them. And not at all, but nobody likes the truth. You see what I'm saying? So what we do is we allow you to find your truth by the adequate decisions, by either getting that consequence or that reward by your own decision-making process. You see what I'm saying? Each man is held accountable for his own ways and actions. Each man must work out his own salvation. It's something that you have to work on, that you have to develop yourself. So for the youth, I want you to understand, you can do what you want to do, but before you do anything, do the knowledge on it. Make sure, you know what I'm saying, it's applicable. So when you get high or when you stick that needle in your arm or when you eat those pills, know and understand what it's going to do to you. Know, you want to enjoy it, but at least know what else it does. Because when you're just getting high with your friends and you just popping pills and you have no knowledge on what that pill is, what it was used for originally before it hit the streets and so on and so forth, it's going to have an effect on you. You see what I'm saying? And every drug doesn't affect everybody the same way. You may have a chemical reaction to one of those pills that you put in your mouth. You see what I'm saying? But if you did the knowledge on that pill, it may tell you that it has side effects for people who may have asthma. Or, you know what I'm saying? When it was used as Ritalin or Adderall, you know what I'm saying? Vicodins, you know what I mean? Demerol, Percocets, Oxycontin, hydrocodone, you know what I'm saying? Crack, heroin, speed. And not only those things, but you got to also look at other substances as well. You know what I'm saying? Legal substances like nicotine, you know what I'm saying? Sugar. These things are just as worse. But this particular topic is all about decision making. And how to make an adequate decision based on actual facts and not based on emotion, feeling, or circumstances and environment or external factors surrounding you. You understand? So with that being stated, please share this. with your children. Let them know exactly what's being said to them. You know what I'm saying? And what's being taught to them. Let them know everything that I'm saying to them. Share these videos with them. You understand what I mean? And when it's all said and done, everything will be well. You know? Share the video. Peace.